flight. Tune in on a neon night. From the bits and bytes they tell, tech stories were under their spell. Exploring servers, uncovering codes, game worlds where the action explodes, breaching firewalls without a trace, writing data streams in cyberspace. Friends got insights to unfold, Matt's passion tech and gaming gold. Sean's got vigilance hardcore, Jordan lights up the tech floor. Their voices weave in pixel threads, paint a future where we're led. Digital voyages dawn anew, guided by this savvy crew. Digital ascent taking flight. Tune in on a neon night. From the bits and bytes they tell, tech stories were under their spell. Digital ascent taking flight. Tune in on a neon night. From the bits and bytes they tell, tech stories were under their spell. Exploring servers, uncovering codes, game worlds where the action explodes. 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 Exploring servers, uncovering codes, game worlds where the action explodes. Game worlds where the action explodes. Exploring servers, uncovering codes, game worlds where the action explodes. Game worlds where the action explodes. Exploring servers, uncovering codes, game worlds where the action explodes. Exploring servers, uncovering codes, game worlds where the action explodes. 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 Fire up the wavelengths, light the screen. Burn to Matt at the latest scene. Sean and Jordan guard the gates. Tech music, gaming updates. Cyber warriors ready to defend.
Good evening, folks. Hello, hello, hello. Why do I hear myself? Where have I have my stream pulled up?
I'm digging the Christmas
There we go.
Decorations.
Did you not see the screenshot I shared?
I didn't. I didn't. That is awesome.
All right, so yeah, we're trying. Well, one, we're themed up for the holidays. Obviously, we're a week away. I mean, that's crazy to believe, but anyways, that is what it is. Yeah, the year is gone. 2025 is right around the corner. We're also doing everybody's on camera at the same time sort of deal here. We've got the three layout. Sean will not be joining us tonight. However, if he was, we'd have kind of a quarter layout, a quad layout. We also have kind of the screen sharing screen that we've used before in the past. That's been redone. We'll see that later. We're probably going to catch some. We're kind of going to do like a little bit of at the tail end of this episode, this stream. We're going to do like a little bit of a Game Awards do-over. What we're going to do is just do some highlights. Myself and Matt have not really seen a bunch of the trailers that came out of that. Like we've seen the announcements and stuff like that. I have anyways. I've seen a bunch of announcements, but I haven't watched hardly any trailers. So we're going to catch a few of those. We'll watch those together. Kind of a live reaction to that. And then we have a few topics to cover before that. But other than that, it's going to be a pretty chill episode, pretty chill stream. We're also, just something of note, we are not streaming to Kick anymore, just because that wasn't really jumping off anyways. But Mike said it's snooze fest. I guess the Game Awards is what he was referring to. Hopefully not me. Jordan, are you talking? Why do I not hear Jordan?
I sure was. I was muted on my side. My bad.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Oh no. I was like, hold on, he's just going to town over
Yep,
there.
talking with my hands. It wasn't important anyways. That's fine.
All right. Well, anyways, thank you guys for joining. Appreciate it. Sorry we're late. We were having a little pre-show conversation plus just tech stuff, setting things up. We want to jump into the first topic or any other opening remarks?
Sorry, my camera looks terrible again. I need to figure out what's going on with this because it looks fine locally, and
Matt, is it
but
lighting?
some
Is it
point in
just a lighting
time,
thing?
let's find out.
Oh my goodness, that is too bright.
Hold on. It's pretty bright.
That's
right,
in the
It does
back
not.
cave.
I think it made it worse. Like why? Why
It took
did
the
it
camera
make it
so
worse?
long to pop in. Holy crap! I don't know about that one.
I
Matt.
think
That
it's
might be
worse.
It is worse.
Let's try that
It is
again.
worse. Hey, we'll get you
Okay.
squared away, Matt. Don't worry about it.
Well, if anything, now
Yeah,
it's
I
going to look
honestly-
better. It's going to look better now, anyways, because now we've shrunk it down. Before you would have been
Mhm.
almost
Oh, that's
full
true.
screen.
You would have been the whole screen.
Yeah.
It would have been all
Green.
artifacty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly think it's like the cabling in my house might be part of the problem, and that maybe I need to go like address that. I don't have any more easy answers. This has been the upload situation for me, and like internet stability has been a problem since I moved into this house. I have since flipped out like literally every piece of networking equipment since I moved in here.
Hey, Mike said you got
router.
a flip phone camera.
I no see it's a really nice camera actually, which is the crazy part. It should do better than this. So
This application that we're
I don't know.
using is pretty intensive.
yeah, I don't feel like people yell at me about like Teams meetings when I've done or
Man, I'm gonna
Zoom
tell you what the
meetings or whatever
problem
when
is.
I've done them locally.
I know exactly what the problem is. All right. The
What the
problem is
problem-
in this
what the
call
problem-
with us right
it-
now, and it's Brent. All right. You got people like Brent using 40 terabytes every other week to
Yeah.
upload. There ain't no
Well,
bandwidth left for
yeah.
anybody else. All right.
Yeah, that's my
Hey,
problem.
I'm-
Brent's,
Oh,
Brent's
no.
stealing
That's
all
my
my.
fault.
It is
just
him.
Brent's
They're
stealing my
stealing it.
bandwidth. Dang it, Brent!
Oh,
Give me
boy.
some of my bandwidth back,
Nah, I need it.
son.
Oh.
I need it for all the things.
Wild.
I need it to
That
download
is-
games I don't play, guys.
Dang.
Oh, we didn't have that
that's
conversation.
true.
Never mind. It's all right. Let's get into this first topic
Yeah.
before we get sidetracked again.
All
Before
right.
we
All
get
right.
started.
All right.
Topic numero uno is FBI and CISA saying China owns our telco. What does this mean, Matt?
Mm-hmm. So this was kind of crazy. I hopped on a call with a CISA representative, I guess multiple CISA representatives, an FBI representative recently. It wasn't like they were talking to me specifically. It was, a public call that you could dial into if you had the magic code, which I did. And they said that, America is facing an unprecedented threat where there are multiple Chinese actors that are assumed to have significant access into the telco infrastructure at this point. I mean, like inside Verizon, AT&T, I guess I shouldn't name those companies specifically because I don't have anything that says like it's them, though I do believe that I think it was Comcast, maybe it was Verizon came out not like a couple months ago and said they actually did find some issues where that was going on, where China had breached some of their equipment. But the call, the representative for CISA said some interesting things. One is that the assumption is that unencrypted traffic at this point can be both intercepted and manipulated by Chinese actors. And he said this is a new problem that our country has never faced before. He said that what I should say is, from like the gist of the call, this seems to be an ongoing problem that's not going away. If you are sitting around using unencrypted protocols, then you should assume that somebody is reading those. And it's even to the point where CISA has urged everyone to switch to end-to-end encrypted messaging. That means either iMessage or Apple Messages using RCS specifically. That's rich communication services. As opposed to SMS, which is the old way of doing it. SMS is not encrypted. If you're sending SMS text messages still, you should assume that your text messages are being um, read by somebody, you can't tell because in your little keyboard or whatever, it should say, SMS should be clear. So that's probably not happening unless you or whoever you're talking to has a phone that's no longer receiving security updates, in which case you should probably go get a new phone because it's not receiving security updates. And it would be like running a computer that doesn't receive security updates. So um really kind of chilling call, honestly, like coming on the other side of it. It's only snail mail. Yeah. So postal service is still here, and as far as I know, China has not infiltrated that. So snail mail takes a little longer, but relatively secure. Brent and Jordy, had you guys heard about the CISA FBI stuff before I started, ranting and raving about it?
Not one bit. Not one tiny little bit.
I hadn't, but it does not surprise me. I already kind of operated on that precedent, though, of like, if at this point, if it's not end-to-end encrypted, if it's not encrypted in some way, no matter what it is, whether it's your SSID for your Wi-Fi, your text messages, your internet traffic, right? Like, if it's not, someone at this point in time is sniffing that out. Now, whether would I assume it's China? Who knows, right? Obviously, probably one of the biggest actors that we know of, right? I mean, they're always trying to get more information, but who knows who else is doing it? Who knows who's sitting out in the road in a van using some type of technology to pick up on those rogue signals? I don't know. In this day and age with technology, I feel like that's the assumption that most people should make right off the bat. Is that
absolutely,
if I unlock my stuff, I'm probably, even if it's for a short period of time, like I've DMZ'd one of my machines for like a brief second, and I'm just like, well, probably got hacked. You know what I mean? Like, because there's constantly stuff sniffing IPs out, especially if you've had the same IP for a long time. It's no different than having like the same cell phone number for a long time. The amount of spam calls that I get on a daily basis. It's ridiculous. Think about how many. I can pull up my log on my firewall right now and look at the attempts against my IP, and I am dropping. Let's look at it just for shits and giggles. We've got this marked as mature. I can curse a little bit, right? Gasp. In the last 24 hours, I've blocked 20% of traffic. That's huge. That's 71,000 flows of traffic that are getting blocked automatically by my firewall here at the house. That's residential. Think about your commercial folks with static IPs and stuff like that who are targeted, how much they're getting attacked, how much work their network equipment's being, is doing on a regular basis. This is why these CISA postings, which generally align with just about everything the FBI's got going on anyways, right? I mean, I feel like it's kind of like FBI first, right? And then it gets handed down to some extent to CISA to be publicized. But if you are working in IT and you are ignoring those postings after you have validated that they apply to you, then you are dropping the ball.
You are making a mistake.
You are dropping the ball.
You need to reevaluate your priority. Those postings are a roadmap for how people are going to destroy your life.
I would say a large percentage of the security practice that we do at the company I currently work for, a large percentage of like the security work that's driven is driven from those postings.
Absolutely.
In addition to pen testing, vulnerability scanning, stuff like that. But
absolutely.
Yep.
I want to just take a moment and reiterate, I had the opportunity to talk to like the lead threat hunter who like designed what they're going to do and made the big decisions at Huntress. And, I was like, man, what do you see? Are people coming up with new and crazy things, or are they just running the same things, so on and so forth? And the guy was like, bro, he said, honestly, it's kind of boring. I see the same 30 things over and over again. Nobody ever does anything new, basically. It's, I saw this. We had used, this CVE to get in. Okay, then it's because you haven't patched in 3 months. The next thing they're going to do is this one, and then that one, and then one of these two. And then once you got the chain of 5 or 6 of them, you know who did it, because that's their special sauce that they bring to the party. And so, I make a big point in my environment to make sure that I'm always targeting anything that cease has been, like, we've seen this exploited, because there's plenty of bugs that are theoretically exploitable that, like, I hate to be like, why bother patching them? Nobody, like, it's because that's not exactly how it is, but it's like theoretically they may never be exploited by anybody. Maybe they're too hard to exploit, right? You got to get a race condition.
Well, I mean, it depends on your environment too, right? Like you may have infrastructure that you're maintaining that, because of the way it's set up and because of the strategy and the design around it, if I can even speak, it's not even, it's mitigated by other factors. Essentially, it's not going to affect you. So it's going to be different for some folks, how you approach some of those postings. Some of these other businesses have things that are public facing, front facing, or very like close to the front of their network stack that probably need some attention. They've aged out. They've been patched a million times and nothing's been done with it, whatever the case may be. It's scary sometimes.
Just to give you an idea of like how fast people move. I recently read an article, or I guess it was a blog posting from a security company where they did a test. They dropped a like key in like an Amazon bucket and or like in a GitHub, and just waited to see how long it was until somebody took that key and then tried to use it, to gain access to their infrastructure. And they said that in some cases it was literally 30 seconds. Deploy the GitHub, drop the key in there. 30 seconds later, somebody has taken that key and probably programmatically like grabbed it, stuck it in something, and tried to open up the bucket, or whatever.
Well, we mentioned not too long ago, like the Microsoft honeypot, where they set up the fake Azure tenants and they load it with a bunch of fake information just to kind of fish, reverse fish these scammers and
waste their time.
I mean, it's the same thing. One, you're tying them up with a wild goose chase. 2, you're collecting valuable information. You're collecting IPs, geographical stuff, potentially some, VPN information, how they're, hopping across the ocean and coming from a local IP sort of deal, or proxy information, whatever. I mean, they're collecting valuable information. I hope more companies do that as time goes on. I hope that we begin to tie up their resources with some of our available resources to kind of, I don't know. I think at the very least you would discourage some of the small time scammer groups, for sure, because they're not going to have the ability or the resources, both time, money, whatever, to compete with that. And so you eliminate them from the equation. Then the only ones you have to worry about are the big boys that have been doing it for years and have successfully ransomware, big corporations. Those are the guys that I feel like they know the risk versus reward, and they're going to keep pushing the limits. But at least, like I said, you get those small fish out of the water. So I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Microsoft can help lead the charge on that. I could see it. Maybe other companies are doing it. Maybe they just don't publicize it as much. Microsoft likes to play that white knight card a lot of like, yeah, we screwed up, but look at this cool thing we're doing in the background here. We're helping you out. And it's like, all right, guys, like we get it. Thank you. But fix your shit. There's anyways, I'm ranting a little too much, but it all kind of plays into the same thing. Security, cybersecurity. I mean, we focus, if you were to look at our episode list on the website, I'm sure a majority of it's going to, at some point, talk about something related to cybersecurity. Even in episodes where we haven't focused on cybersecurity, I feel like it still sneaks in. It's a huge, huge market. It's a huge industry. Still a lot of job opportunity there. And I feel like positions positions that aren't even formally like a cybersecurity role are starting to take on some kind of like pseudo job responsibilities, or at least interactions with a cybersecurity level of the business or side of the business, because you almost have to be, like, everything you do needs to be cybersecurity minded.
To your point, there's a lot of like, I'm not a cybersecurity guy. all right, oriented. You know what I mean? I'm in the industry. You have to, take it with a certain, level of seriousness. But I've been, since I've been out of the Army, it has been very strange to watch cybersecurity kind of evolve in the way that it has over the last 10 years,
And very
mostly
quickly, yeah.
5. But the things that y'all, or we put into play where that cybersecurity is concerned, very similar avenues with physical security, almost like identical. It's another world, that digital space. You know what I mean? I was just talking to our VCSO today, internal to the company, and we're working through new hire security training, and this touches everything. You know what I mean? It's not what it was 20 years ago. Y'all's kids and my kids will have a very different upbringing, and their world, you know what I mean, as they enter adulthood will be very different, and they'll have to learn, and understand things that we didn't have to until, you know what I mean, recently. And I say that term loosely because I know y'all have been in the industry for a while. But again, just focusing on that last 5 to 10 years where there has been this giant explosion in the digital space. We're not called the digital ascent for nothing. You know what I mean? And so it's just wild to see how those things, kind of evolve is the point I was trying to make. Couldn't get that word out, Lord.
Yeah.
Now I'm ranting. All right. What's next?
All right. Well, hold on. I've got more I want to talk about.
Let's go, Matt. Let's do it.
All right. Sorry. So there are a couple things I do want to mention about this attack on our infrastructure. The first one is that no special tooling is being used. So they're living off the land. They don't need to bring a bunch of fancy malware kits. They don't need to do a bunch of fancy stuff. They're just showing up. Overwhelmingly, the initial impact vector is unpatched or poorly configured edge devices. And so if you aren't, keeping good care of your edge devices and making sure that, they're secure, not allowing management from the external in a lot of cases, or doing it very intelligently, maybe you should rethink about what you're doing out there. I do have a list of recommendations that CISA has for hardening tips. I'll run through them really quickly. Disable unencrypted protocols. Disable them all. Why? Because the people who are doing this have the ability to see and manipulate all unencrypted traffic. So disable your unencrypted protocols. Disable external facing interfaces if possible, where management can occur. Segregate management into its own out-of-band network. So, you shouldn't be doing management from the same IP address that you also just browse your file server or something like that in general. And your users definitely shouldn't have access to management capabilities. MFA everywhere. Once again, MFA is multi-factor authentication. Almost everyone who, has been sticking around for a while should know that. If you don't, then, it's the second piece of authentication that you have. Centralized logging and explicitly alert on configuration changes. This is a big deal because these people show up, they break in, they make their own accounts. Do a regular configuration review. In addition to that, enact strong change control so when changes are happening. Once again, people, they're breaking in, they're making accounts, making configuration changes, sending data to themselves. All right. Make sure you're doing external port scanning for any of your external interfaces. Know what's open and what how people might get in. They had a couple of Cisco specific ones that I think is worth calling out here. Cisco's really popular networking equipment. I assume that's why there's something special here for it. Number 1 recommendation is disable guest shell. Number 2 recommendation is disable smart deploy. So I know that was a lot. I'm sure there will be a VOD here that you can go back and listen to. I've also, posted the CISA stuff. It looks like Jordy pinned the CISA resources that I called out. All of this is in there and more. It is not that too challenging. It is not a challenging read. So recommendation is if you're in IT, you're in security, go take a look at it. It's a really serious problem. And I don't think it's going away. So it's kind of scary. I guess I'll just leave it on that note. We'll move on to our next topic, which is much happier. It is the show Secret Level on Amazon Prime. Jordy, you were saying you've seen this, right? At this point, right? You've seen Secret Level?
Yes, sir. We binged
Okay.
that in about a day.
Yeah. So giving just like a little bit more before we cut Jordy loose to talk about it, because I imagine he wants to describe,
Hey, we can watch a trailer too.
this is-
We're going to be in trailer mode here
Okay,
shortly
okay.
anyway, so we could lead with a
Okay,
trailer if we
okay.
want.
Yeah, go ahead and get a trailer pulled up, and I'll talk just a little bit about the show. It's an anthology about video games, anthology series. It is created by Tim Miller and Dave Wilson, who are the showrunner and director of Love, Death, Robots. I 200% get the same type of vibe. If you liked Love, Death, Robots, then I would say this is a show for you. If you thought Love, Death, Robots was terrible, I have a hard time seeing you enjoying this. But I loved Love, Death, Robots. So
Fantastic.
it was a win. This was a win. This was a win for me too. They've already been renewed for a second season.
And this just came out
cool
because I'm
stuff.
looking at the thing. It just came out December 10th, right?
It's new.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are they
this
still
is-
rolling
this is
episodes?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I watched 14 episodes in the last couple days. So
There are 14
or
episodes.
maybe it's 16.
Oh my
Maybe it's
goodness.
16
Then,
episodes.
all right, if you're getting me hyped, I thought there was only like 9. So hold on.
There's
I'm-
more than 9, I think.
There's
Am
more.
I crazy?
There's more.
Hell no.
Whoa.
Oh
All right.
man, they got some bangers in the back. They got some bangers in the back too. It's good.
Well, this is a just sub
Good.
3-minute trailer. I don't know what's in this. They got a ton of trailers up, but this
Just
is
a-
the official trailer. So
Run it.
Let's run it, I
Boy.
suppose. And this should work. So let's do it.
But that person who did those things, that's still me. Now that's who I fight. Every hour of every day. I don't always win.
How much would you risk? How hard would you fight? How many lives would you give? Just to discover what you're capable of.
Every moment leads to the next. Every cause and every effect that's impossible. Doesn't matter what I made you for.
Keanu does such a great
This
job.
is what
in
you were meant
this
for.
episode. Oh, amazing.
He did.
Amazing.
Conquest awaits.
It was good. I definitely watched that episode and was like, I should go buy Armored Core.
It's great, Matt.
Free advertisement. I guess not free, right? But
It, yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
just
was
wanna let
was
y'all
really
know,
effective.
like, how he moves and the things that they do in that game are all things that a very talented player could do in the Armored Core games. I mean, these episodes are so true to, you know, their source material, save for maybe one episode that I have follow-up for, but I'm just fantastic.
It was impressive. Yeah, it was a really good adaptation, basically, of several different games. If you have played the game, then
did I see Concord in there, by the way?
It resonates.
You might have, Brent. I don't think that you are wrong. You might have. They also had a New World episode.
It's there.
Pour one out for the homie.
All right, hey, look. So I'm not going to spoil the episode. There's an episode in, I guess I'm going to spoil the premise of the episode. I have to because there's news that is related to it, so I got to give it out here. Matt, I don't know, maybe you didn't hear about this because this it flew under the radar for me. I picked it up randomly. There's a Pac-Man episode in the series, and it's very interesting. And I'll leave it at that. All right.
I watched it all. So I watched that episode, and I'll be honest, I watched that episode, and I was like, "What the?
I'm telling you, right? It's
that?"
a very dark spin on Pac-Man. It's not
A
one
lot
that
of
I
this is
enjoyed
dark.
watching, and I had to watch it twice because Mike and them came over, so we watched it again, and it was just as uncomfortable the second time.
Yeah.
Somebody at Bandai Namco said, "Hey, I love this," and they decided to make a video game.
I'm intrigued as
Based
fuck
on-
now. Like now I wanna like start with
What?
the Pac-Man
I'm-
episode.
And you can because it's an anthology, so you
Right.
can absolutely.
So, yeah,
I
you
would
start anywhere you want.
get that one out of the way, man. Just get it done and let it set the tone for the rest of the. But I'm gonna drop a link in here. The game is called Shadow Labyrinth. Brent, you don't open this
Okay.
because you've not seen it, so don't look at anything. All right.
Okay.
But it follows the plot line
But I
of
can.
the show. Yeah, you can, Matt. And tell me, look at the images, dude. It follows. It's the TV
I'm
show
watching-
as
I'm
a
watching the trailer.
side scroller. All right. So I'm as uncomfortable as I was watching the episode. I will be playing this when it comes out next year.
I'm impressed with the title.
This is one. This is a. Oh my gosh, you're right. Somebody saw that and was like, "We got to make this into a game. How can we not?"
It didn't need to. They didn't need to do that. All right. What they did. They didn't need. They could have stayed. They're not wrong technically. They're not wrong. I just didn't like the imagery that came with it. You know what
What?
I mean? In a good way though, Brent. You know what I mean? Not bad. It's still good. It's just a different kind of good.
This
Okay.
is dark, yo.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? I've already spent too much. It's not important. If y'all know
Wow.
the episode I'm talking about, y'all go peep it. Links in the chat. It
Okay.
was something. Brent, you watch
That
that
was
episode before you
something.
take your old ass to bed tonight. All right.
Before I take my old ass to bed. Oh my god.
That is. Are we rolling right into? Are we continuing with gameplay trailers, or was that the?
Do we have anything else to say about
Do we have
Secret
anything
Level?
else? Yeah, I should have just asked that.
Go watch it if you haven't. It's weird. It's cool though. And some of the episodes are okay, and some are fire.
Matt,
I
let me
would say.
ask you real quick. What
Yeah.
was your favorite episode? Don't spoil nothing for Brett. But what was your
It's-
favorite
it's
episode?
I think it was the Armored Core episode.
Easy. That's the top.
I-
I did know. I did confirm. You were correct, babe. There's another 8 episodes on this damn thing, and I thought they were done. It's basically Christmas for me today. When we're done with this, I'm going right to that couch and we're
You're gonna
binging the
go
rest of
binge
the series.
An
I'm-
hour and a half.
It's
Great.
which is also that's a good thing, right? The episodes are so short, you could fit them inside of an hour. All probably 2 hours with them.
Jazz is hyped. She's ready.
Yeah,
Look,
she's
let's
hyped.
go.
I'm hyped. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great. Matt, okay, you already answered Armored Core. That's a top 3 episode. Warhammer
All right,
was
so
pretty
what?
sick.
Armored Core.
I was gonna say, what's yours, Jordy?
That's
So I know
Marine
going
1
in.
is legitimate. The one that they open up with, episode 1, which I think is like Dungeons
Maybe,
and Dragons.
maybe D&D. The
Also
D&D episode was hot fire.
Core. All right, that one is awesome, which you don't expect. Dungeons and Dragons, Warhammer. Maybe I just didn't expect it. I'm telling you right now, as episode 1, they're tripping you, right? Because Dungeons and Dragons. It's just a couple of they out here LARPing. Nah, they ain't LARPing out there, big fella.
Oh, I
They
bet
wouldn't
you.
do
I
no
bet you it's
combo.
all.
It was pretty cool.
I bet you it's all Atmos mastered too, isn't it? I hope it is.
Brett, it sounds delicious. When you get
Because,
into like
so that means I
Space
gotta
Marine
watch it
episode,
downstairs then.
Do you have like Dolby Vision? I'm assuming if you got
I look. I got it all these days. I've got
Oh,
full
Brit,
Sonos setup,
they-
Atmos.
the Sifu episode is a really good example of like color and how they are, the contrast. I mean, they try to be true to each, game's art form. That wasn't your question though. Space Marine is probably Space Marine, Dungeons and Dragons, and Armored Core in no specific order as top 3. But I've not seen the back half of the season, and that's 8 more episodes, so that may change, very quickly here. Yeah. Shameless plug.
Well, I
Go
got a
watch
lot
the
of
show.
downtime coming up, so that's going to be perfect.
Good. Please keep us looped in.
In addition to Path of Exile 2.
That's
and
I know
other
y'all
games that I'm working
y'all
on.
been running that one hard.
That's a good segue into what we're getting ready to talk about, even though Path of Exile 2 has nothing to do with the Game Awards as far as I'm aware, but good game nonetheless. If you're a old school isometric ARPG fan of like Diablo 2 sort of game, like that style, it's pretty great. It's like a modernization of that.
Yeah. I'll plug
It's
Path
solid.
of Exile too. Also,
It's early access.
I have.
So
Yeah.
throw that out there.
So there's been some growing pains. I've got like 25 plus hours in it. It feels pretty good. It's more engaging for me than Diablo 4, probably because I have to actually try and like pay attention to what I'm doing, or like I will die for sure. The bosses all seem to have like relatively unique mechanics, and I definitely cannot just do the same thing every time. And it's a cool game.
And the big change between the original and this one is that really ultimately the biggest mechanical change is they added a dodge roll. Because the
They
first
have
one
no
did not
dodge
have
roll
that.
in
No.
No, very, very
That's-
static ARPG. You just moved your character around to the other side and dodged it, and then moved it around to the other side and dodged it. And this is not
gotta
because I
straight
think
roll.
Diablo, you had a limit to how much you could roll, right? There is no limit in Path of Exile. You just
damn y'all
barrel
just
roll,
mean.
barrel roll,
Barrel
barrel roll,
roll,
barrel roll.
barrel roll.
As I recalled in
man.
Diablo, you had like various escape skills, and
Mhm.
that was how you got out. Like the wizard, like I don't think the wizard had a roll. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that she teleported instead.
Yeah, and I think there's like
That's
modifiers
something
and stuff, items that would like change the way those behaved or gave you an extra charge of it and shit like that. Yeah.
Yep.
So this
Maybe
is
there was a dodge. I don't know.
this is along the
feels
same
different,
lines.
though.
This is just a little bit more like, I don't know. I mean, you obviously in game in these is very much so about like absolutely demolishing 1,000 enemies a second sort of deal. Like you're
Damn, they
clearing
throwing
what
that
they
much
call
at you on
maps.
screen at
Dude,
one
it's
time?
yeah. I mean, go look at any old school Path of Exile. I mean, even the guys that have maxed out and are playing in game in Path of Exile 2 right now, the speed at which they are moving through screens and just absolutely demolishing shit is ridiculous. It turns into a very like it's a grind like any other game is. It
Right.
just depends on whether or not that gameplay loop and grind are your thing.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's a great addition to it. Y'all see old Elon on PoE2. He was streaming it on X from a jet in flight. No, I did not see that.
I saw that he got banned from
banned.
PoE2.
How did
Damn.
Yeah, he got banned.
The game just came
too
out.
many clicks per minute. And he says that he wasn't cheating or using macros or anything. He's basically like, how do they expect me not to click a lot in this game? And
That what?
I don't know. I don't see a lot of people complaining on Reddit about getting banned. And so I don't feel like it's a widespread issue.
I don't think
And
I've seen anyone getting banned.
And if anybody's
maybe
gonna
I've
have
got
like questionable
a
clicks per minute,
question.
it ain't gonna be Elon. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be him. It's gonna be some 15-year-old.
You don't know that. He's a top 20 Diablo 4 player also. So he must have yes, I saw the stat. Top 20
I
worldwide
remember that,
Diablo
yeah.
4.
Don't he run like
Yeah.
6 companies? How does he have time? One of those things is not true. All right. He's cheating on one of them. All right. They can't both be true at the same time.
There's only but so much time in the day.
You can't run 6 companies and be top 25 on Diablo 4. It just ain't happening. All right. It just ain't. And maybe that's a joke.
We
Maybe y'all are-
gotta move on. I'm not gonna. If we continue down this path, I'm gonna say things that I'm not supposed to say. Okay, there's topics that we don't cover here, and I don't want to start covering them now.
All right.
So
He's level
let's just
90
move
something
on.
in PoE2, or was, I guess.
Well, hold on.
That's great.
Hold on. I see
Was?
that's a present tense, and yeah, that's gonna need to be
No,
a
no,
past
he
tense
corrected himself.
situation.
Oh,
Well, he
boy.
said or was, I guess. So.
Yeah, he corrected himself, Matt.
That's
All right?
my bad. I just saw that. He got me in the first half. There is what happened.
All right,
He got me. I started ranting.
We're on to Game Awards highlights and thoughts. Since we missed, we had full intentions on co-streaming this thing like we did
And it fell
last
apart.
year.
Yep.
Kind of fell apart last minute. I had some stuff going on with the kids. My oldest daughter had a choir performance that I could not miss. For anybody with kids, you know how that goes. And I'm usually the one running the stream side of things, so trying to pawn that off on anybody else at the last minute did not play out. So now we're doing kind of a follow-up where for Matt and I, we've not seen a lot of, especially the trailers that have come out of this. I've seen some of the announcements like the Elden Ring roguelite 3-player co-op game. That's interesting. I don't know all the details about it necessarily. I know I did see something today though, where they said, was that one of you guys that posted that said something that you can either play with a full 3 trio or solo, but you cannot play with duos. You cannot play just with a buddy. You have to have a couple of folks to play with.
I'm having a brain. What game was this again, Brett?
The Elden Ring
Thank you.
spinoff.
No,
Yeah.
actually I don't remember. I saw that they said trios, and I saw that they reassured. I would hope that you could drop in.
I saw that it was 1s or 3s.
Yeah.
No 2s.
So are they going to roll randos into? How does that work if you don't have 3 friends or 2 friends?
I guess we'll see.
I guess you make it makes it, the way you said it made it sound very sad. What happens if I don't have any
around here, man?
I don't have any
You know?
friends.
Yeah, Elden Ring was tight. Y'all missed out. All right. I'm gonna just throw it out here right now because I know Mike's gonna be in here running his mouth. He's gonna say snooze fest and that the show sucked. All right. But Mike didn't get in until the last 45 minutes of a 3-hour show. By the time Mike got in, all of the good stuff had been shown. All right. That's.
I like how you put Mike on blast right off the rip.
I had to immediately because I know what he's gonna do. All right.
Right
I know
off
what he's
the
gonna
rip.
do. He's gonna hop in here.
Dang, son.
So I had
Why
to-
you
I had
gotta
to
be like
pre-defend,
that?
Okay.
He
They
ain't even
did.
said nothing yet. Well, I guess he did earlier.
Well, all
But
right. Look,
he ain't said it again. And we weren't clear that he was talking about the Game Awards. I remember there were some questions whether it was the Game Awards or Brent.
Matt,
was
there's a
snooze
possibility that
festing
he
him.
wasn't around to hear it, and you're prolonging this, and he's gonna come back, and he's gonna hear it. He's gonna pop off. So I'm gonna pretend, all right, that we're not. I'm just gonna move forward.
Wait, he gonna pop off because you're talking trash about him? Mike wouldn't
I'm-
do that. Mike's a very calm and reasonable person,
You're
and I've never
pissing me
seen
off,
him pop
man.
off for.
You're pissing me off.
Oh,
You're pissing
All right,
me
so
off.
I'll tell you. I
That's-
tell you one of the big ones I saw. Although I don't know that we want to watch the whole trailer. I didn't realize how long this trailer was for this.
It's a
The
long,
Witcher
It's a
4.
long trailer if you're talking about what I think you're talking about.
The Witcher 4 is like 6 minutes long.
Dude, we don't have to watch all of it.
What?
It's in engine. It's not gameplay. It is in engine.
Well, isn't that the one where they're like rendered on an unreleased GeForce RTX card? I'm pretty
It
sure
might be.
Oh,
Yeah,
it is
you're right.
interesting.
It
It
does.
is.
It opens up with that.
that's lame.
I'm gonna tell you all this
Everything
game
I
looks-
just heard is lame. The fact
All
that
right,
it's
until
6
you
minutes
see it,
is
Matt.
lame.
All right. This
The
is
fact that it's rendered like whatever.
it's
Okay.
Well, wait, hold on. I want to be clear here. Rendered. This looks like stuff that's in the actual game, right? Like this is. It looks.
They said so. They did clarify. I do remember reading this. They said that it is a pre-rendered cutscene. However, it's using assets from the actual in-game engine. So,
All right.
so all the textures, the models, and all that are actually from the game. But this whole thing is like heavily, heavily polished. Like ran through a rendering cycle multiple times with probably a 5090, if I had to guess, right? Like,
I'm gonna guess it's a 5090 as well.
Right,
Like that's
so-
not. Yeah. No way.
Yeah.
it's
In
not.
SLI.
in SLI. I don't know about all that, but yeah.
Yeah. It's a hot trailer. So
I mean, do we want to watch a portion of it? Do we want to check it out? I mean, we're talking about it.
This is if you guys.
All right,
are,
let's watch some of it. I don't want
Cool.
to do 6 minutes of fake
Cool.
trailer.
Yeah, we can talk. It's not fake trailer, Matt. It's in engine. All right.
Okay, hold
So
on,
it's
let me-
fake, but it's like half fake.
Sorry.
It's like a. It's
Wait,
like
hold
two-thirds
on.
fake.
Wait. Did you say it was fake? 2/3 sounds like a majority.
But there's still some realness in there. Do you know what I mean?
There's
There's
still some realness
It's
in
not.
there.
It's not across the
Some
board.
realness.
All right, here we go. We're going in.
All right, let's see it.
Yep, see? Unreal Engine 5 on an unannounced NVIDIA GeForce RTX GPU.
Dearest daughter, I've watched ye grow from a devilishly curious child into a remarkably young lass with much grace, wisdom, and kindness.
There's no nudity in the trailer.
Take
No,
it easy,
there's none.
shapers, nay.
What are you doing to us, Shorty? What's happening here?
There's not, I promise.
That's not for us.
This stream ain't that mature, dog.
Even art of gold. You've the spirit to overcome adversities aplenty. Darling. Sweeten. Today's the day. Ye fill out your destiny.
Who says, I don't have chat pulled up. Who said something?
Mike. Britt, do me a favor. Fast forward this trailer to the last 2 minutes.
Daughter.
Are we going to miss the reveal?
My only choice.
Nah, you're not gonna miss the reveal. We're just gonna
I mean,
skip
I
past.
already know who it is, first of all.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh, that's what you. Yeah.
Let's
yeah.
do this scene right here. It looks kind of sick, actually.
There we go. There we go. You get some action sequences. It's a pretty looking game. Very pretty.
I mean, to be fair, Witcher 3 holds up very well. So whatever they're working on here should be phenomenal.
There are sequences where, like, this scene here looks very, very heavily rendered. But there are other sequences where it looks like a video game. I don't know how. I know that doesn't sound right, but
Well, this
in my
all
head it
here
makes
is
sense.
probably mocapped, right? Like someone got in a damn suit and did some of these
I don't think so,
motions or
Brent.
something.
I think this is animated.
Or very well animated, yeah. But
Yeah,
but
very,
obviously
very-
not animations that you're going to see in the game, I doubt.
You would, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I guess that would be the fake part.
not-
I was
you're
complaining
not-
about, huh?
This is how they announced The Witcher 3, right? It was a cinematic opening, the intro to the game. All right, so they're on brand.
And it's in engine. We already know they're using
it's
UE5.
in engine, Matt.
So like we know that. We know it's using the assets from the game, which is enough for me, quite honestly, at this point in the development, anyways.
And it was enough for them to throw out at the beginning, and maybe it was just a marketing thing, running on an unannounced NVIDIA GPU,
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But yeah, I guess
NVIDIA asked them to do that for sure.
absolutely. They probably didn't even ask. They said, "All right, you show it,
Well, I
but
say
make
ask.
sure you throw it in there."
I say ask lightly. They told them to put that on there.
He said, "Figure it out."
So, but here's the real question: is this going to be Witcher 3 or is this going to be Cyberpunk situation?
I am really hoping that they
Project
learned.
Red are we gonna get? Do we get Do we get Winter Project Red, or do we get? Oh man, we were too ambitious, Project Red.
If you go back and you play Cyberpunk, I mean, they just had a big drop again. They're still supporting the game.
Cyberpunk is now a good. Cyberpunk
Right.
is now a fantastic game.
I'm not using that
But
as
it
reference though,
released
because they started
really,
off
really rough.
right, and so I'm
And I
hoping.
think it's worth saying the last time I played it, like a year ago, the cops still spawned out of literally nowhere in whatever way you weren't facing. So, and then they
might have
drove
been.
into
Hold on,
walls
Matt. You
over
might have
and
been.
over.
You might have been working
So-
on an older version. All right, it's like you got Dreamcast over there. You know what I mean?
What?
Dreamcast.
And
My internet's bad, not my computer.
I'm just.
All right, what are we thinking about? What are we thinking about Mafia? The new Mafia game?
I'm going to tell you right now, snooze fest.
Not up
What
your
new
alley.
Mafia
Not
game?
up my alley at all. Look, man, I like my Mafia to be like you know, hey, I'm Tony. I'm
What?
What? Say what?
I'm
What?
Hold on, is there an Italian in the room with us right now? I'm so confused.
what I look, they're going back to Italy. It just seems like it's a very like, I want gangster stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want, oh, the family. You come to me in your time. That was real like vampire. But the point, I'm not
You
saying
want,
it's bad.
Godfather, not Godfather 2 or 3 or whichever
Yes,
one.
I want Mafia 1 and
Yeah.
2 and stop right there. Do you know what I mean? That's anything else. It's just not gripping to me. It looked great. You know, I recognize that it is an important, you know, video game series, and it's, you know, been kind of like a staple of the industry for a really long time. I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying this looked boring as shit. That's
Okay.
I think
That's
it's
all
just
I'm-
because you don't want to be a gangster in Italy. You got to be, or in Sicily, perhaps.
That sass is dropping it on you.
I'm trying
You're
to-
out of your mind, Jordy.
I'm trying to correct it. You know, I'm not saying the series is
You know,
bad.
hold on. Jordy did say the series is good. He just says he wants to be an American gangster, not a Sicilian gangster.
I like, you know, I don't want I'm Tony. I want I'm Tony 2-time. I gotta get the papers.
Well,
Like that type. You know,
Why can't you be Tony 2-time in Sicily? How do you know you?
they
ain't
don't
gonna be
do
Tony
it. They don't
2-time
do
in
it like that
Sicily?
in Sicily. You know what I mean? That's why.
Hold on. Just curiosity. Are you an expert on, you know, gangsterism?
I'm just saying.
Sicily?
I'm just saying,
From
Matt.
like what, the 1930s or some shit?
I'm just.
That's
Show the damn
wild.
trailer.
I
Are we
didn't
watching
know
this
that
trailer?
Do we want to watch the trailer? It's a short
I didn't
one.
know.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm,
let's pull it up.
Yeah, I just pull up a little bit of it. God, and it's fine. It's fine, Sass. For them to get back to their roots, that's fine. Just leave me here. I like where they're at right now. I don't need to see where they were, you know, or where they came from.
Yeah, this is
You
more
better shit on this game
in-engine
too, Matt,
based
because it's
stuff.
in-engine. It's an in-engine trailer.
I know. I said it, man. I saw it. It's fake. It's more fake trailers.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. All right, I just want to make sure we was being fair.
No, I've never played a Mafia game. I'll go ahead and hate on this without even feeling bad.
Oh boy. It looks good though. Looks great.
I mean, you know,
I do.
it's CGI trailer. Yeah,
I'm
it's all-
gonna lose my mind right now. I'm gonna lose my mind right now. These look like in-game cinematics, Matt. You've not played a game that came out before 2005? Come on!
Yeah, but no, no, the problem is I have played a game that came out before 2005, and the cinematics look way better than the actual game sometimes.
This is on brand with a Mafia quality game where it's like God of
When
War,
is this
right?
releasing? Hold on. This
Next
releases
year.
summer 2025?
Something like that.
This releases in 7 months? Why don't I have any like gameplay footage?
They just announced the game. What are you talking about? They just announced the game.
I bet they've been working.
I'm
All right. How about I'm just going to spring this one on us. What do we think about
How
this next
riled
one?
up do you guys think? How riled up do you guys think I can get Jordy? Do you think I
I'm,
can
you're
get
already,
him,
I'm
like-
getting there.
I know,
What's
this might be the one. Let's see.
Oh, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm
All right, here we go.
Oh, this ain't even a question. I'm hyped on 10 for this one. It's not even a question.
Okay, so it was nice for them to acknowledge that they're reducing toilet humor and that there will be no skibbity toilet or whatever. However you say that word. I'm not of the right generation, so I can't say it.
Wait, try make another attempt, Matt. What did you say? Skibbity
No.
toilet? Is that what you did?
Skibbity Ohio.
Oh my
What is
goodness.
it?
Good golly God.
Yeah, how do you say it?
I don't know. It's not my generation either, man. We're in the same generation.
Maybe I'm saying it right then.
I could always bring my kids in here. They know how to use it.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord. Hey, this game.
Hey, chat, can I get a phonetic on that? How do I say that word?
This game has real, or this trailer has real gameplay in it. It's a mix of cinematics and in-game. Oh, here's in-game right there. There you go. There you go. Real gameplay. Real gameplay. Are you happy, Matt?
Yeah, it looks like a Borderlands game.
It does.
With
There's
some,
not really
maybe with some ray tracing going on.
more. That'd be nice. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm excited for this game because it's Borderlands. I love the series. I don't.
Bro, Tiny Tina's was not good.
I like Tiny Tina.
Brent and I did not finish. I think we both got 25 hours in and was like,
No, I
what the
didn't say
fuck
I
is this?
finished. I just said that I like, Tiny Tina's. I actually probably got around the same spot.
I
maybe
thought
10,
I would
15
have
hours.
liked the
Look,
theme.
I said it right.
Right.
That sass said that I said it right.
Oh, Skibbity.
All right, please continue, Brent.
No, I thought like the theme of Tiny Tina's, I thought I would have liked a lot, and I think that's what kind of kept me coming back. But it just, I don't know what it was, man. It even though it was obviously a Borderlands clone, it didn't.
It was the forced
play the
arenas.
same. Yeah, the forced arenas was kind of weak, and
Oh, okay, that's a good point.
I
Yeah.
didn't enjoy the weapon play as much in Tiny Tina's as I do in Borderlands either. I just didn't think the weapon variation was all that great.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Maybe I'll give the game like a 5 out of 10 because I didn't finish it. It's some of those same,
Yeah, that's fair.
feelings or concerns. I didn't mind the arenas. I actually didn't think of them as arenas until just now, so it is starting to bother me now.
Yeah, here's this enclosed area. Get your ass
yeah.
whooped by the
Yeah.
same, waves of enemies.
Yeah,
X amount of time.
and at the end of the
Yeah.
day, when I go back and play Borderlands games, I'm not going back and playing Tiny Tina. it's 1 through 3.
I still go back and play 2.
Yeah.
2 is
Fantastic.
For me, 2 was the pinnacle Borderlands experience, and the Necromancer was the pinnacle Borderlands class because of it's in my opinion, it's the most complicated class to play.
See, I've
You're
never played
constantly
anything
manning.
but the original, so I need to go back and switch it
Man,
up.
The Necromancer is great. With the Necromancer, you basically are constantly controlling stacks of this resource called Anarchy, and you can spend them on things like health. But as your Anarchy goes up, your damage goes up and your accuracy goes down. And so there becomes like a balancing act of like, how much damage do I want to do versus
Sure.
how do I still hit an enemy? And you get Anarchy stacks by dropping clips, so it encourages you to get guns with low clip amounts. So like get an SMG with 10 in there, and before you know it, you've got 50 Anarchy, but you still can't shoot anything because now you've got an SMG. I mean, it's like no other character really makes me feel like I actually have to be thinking about what I'm doing and the intentionality behind it.
Sounds like
So-
you'd like, just separate to this, it sounds like you would really like the new Doom games, Matt. If like having to put thought into like combat puzzles, we'll call them. You know what I mean?
You think that it's worth me going? I
Dog.
don't think I played more than like an hour of Eternal.
Man, look, Eternal. Look, if you don't want to work through both games, and you don't have to, the story is pretty sick, but it is light in how they deliver, very similar to like a FromSoft game. But if shooters are junk food, Doom Eternal is nutritional. It's nutritious junk food. You know what I mean? They're combat puzzles.
Okay.
And as you get into the back half of the game, oh boy, it's not a run and gun. You know what I mean? There's an amount of finesse that you need to be able to put on the game in order to do the things that you need to. It's a little overwhelming at times, if I'm being honest. There's a lot going on in some of those instances, but it's one of, if I was stuck on an island, the Doom games are in the top 10 for sure. 1000%. You know what I mean? You got to respect old grandfather.
I'll
You know
throw it
what I
back
mean?
on there. You can get them pretty cheap these days, so I'll throw it on.
Absolutely.
On the,
It's in Game Pass.
this
You could get Game Pass here. Shameless plug.
Yeah,
You
but-
can get Game Pass, be a corporate shill like me. Go get your Game Pass subscription. Get all those games, Matt.
but it doesn't work on my Steam Deck, And
You could. There's a
that's
workaround.
The only thing I play on.
You act like you don't work in
know
tech,
what
dude.
I-
It's not like you're like somebody's 90-year-old grandma. You could get a dual boot set up
Okay.
in like 5
That's-
minutes, Matt.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm unwilling to dual boot.
You could stream it from your PC.
You could stream it. There you go.
Yeah, that I am willing to do. I've heard that Moonlight's no longer the way to go with that. I'm supposed to download something called Apollo and some companion app, and that
I've
makes
never
Moonlight
used
look
that.
sad.
Actually,
I've had really good luck with the sun, whatever the hell it is, and Moonlight.
Oh man,
Sunshine
I just
and Moonlight.
updated my G4. Yeah, I just updated my GeForce experience to whatever the new GeForce thing is, and they got rid of the Moonlight capabilities in it, and it's really upsetting. And I want my GeForce experience back, which is words I never thought I would say. I'm really mad about it.
I don't
guys.
install the
I got
experience.
salt. Well,
I always do just drivers.
well, have been handling my Moonlight stuff for me. Now I gotta.
Such
now
a
I gotta go
defeated
put in some
Will.
effort.
All right, next trailer.
Yeah, let's do
I've
this.
got one I've handpicked, and then if I'm missing anything, you guys need to tell me. Like, hey,
Okay.
we need to watch this trailer.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. Good.
Here's
This works.
the other one I haven't seen yet. I've heard about it, but haven't seen it.
All right, let's see it. Is this real or is this more in
This is real.
footage
This is real.
on unreleased graphics cards?
I didn't see a call out to that this time, so
This one will probably be coming out the soonest out of the trailers that we've seen tonight. I'm gonna guess
Is this Avowed?
no.
That game I've been watching.
I'm surprised you didn't recognize it from that first scene.
I'm also like, it's a very
Oh, yeah. Okay.
bingo, easy money.
Yeah.
I am really surprised, if we're being honest, that they're doing like this big of a project so soon. I feel like, I guess it's been like 3 years, so it's not.
I mean, I bet you they were able to
don't think it
reuse
should
a
be.
piss load of
They're-
the assets.
That's
Bro, their
absolutely.
release timeline is crazy.
It is. It is. That, yes. They
Yeah,
did this game. They had the Dark Souls remake.
They release like, yeah. They release,
Immediately
like,
went into
every
Armored
other
Core.
year.
Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm excited. I liked the multiplayer aspect of the first game. I would not have played the game otherwise. So being able to lean on people like that was cool.
Wow. I don't think I ever used the multiplayer aspect.
That's ridiculous. Why?
Tragedy must be averted.
Because I can get good.
Well,
I
now
don't
I,
have to
I
use
think
them
there's
for
like
all
really
of the
well done
bosses.
mods now that literally let you play it with another friend, like from
I'm-
beginning to end.
And it's a great experience. You know what I mean? Some of the most fun that I've had playing that game was rolling through with a couple of idiots. And now we're all idiots trying to fight these damn bosses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm curious how this
very
is going to
enjoyable.
play out. How they intend on this to play. Like the gameplay trailer is one thing, but it's like, how's this actually going to behave?
Is the whole game
Yeah.
going to be multiplayer? Right. Like,
Well,
you're going to
and
be
the
able to.
system that they described was weird. You know, the way that they described preparation and then fight phases, and I definitely have questions about time respect associated with that. Right? Is it like, okay, I want to play, I want to like, is it going to be like, okay, I need to sit down for an hour and a half to do a run?
You know what it strikes
Right,
me as
right, like,
almost
if I can't,
with your description there.
What?
It strikes me almost as like a Monster Hunter sort of.
yeah,
I would agree
Yeah,
with that.
but
Like a
more
Monster
like
Hunter
it, but-
roguelike type.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes me wonder how that's gonna play out. You know what, man? It's FromSoft. As far as I as far as I can see, these guys just create gold. I assume whatever plan they have is a good one.
Yeah.
Right. Some like I think FromSoft creates games for gamers, in my opinion. And
You know what? Hey, we once thought CDPR was infallible, and they flew a little too close to the sun. You know what I'm saying?
I would argue FromSoft I would argue that FromSoft has a better record than CDPR.
Wait. before we're talking pre-cyberpunk, because that's what I'm referencing
Yeah.
here. Pre-cyberpunk, you know, everybody's wow, cyberpunk's gonna be the greatest game. It's gonna be the gift to the earth. It's a love letter to games. It's gonna be great.
Honestly, I kind of feel like that wasn't even CDPR's fault. Like the internet
I
went way too crazy.
also am not saying that. I'm just
Okay.
saying, you know,
It
the
was a buggy
comparison
piece of
here.
crap, and that was the problem. Always.
Yes, eventually, FromSoft will drop
I
something
agree.
that is not
Okay.
good.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
But I mean, like as far as I'm aware, they haven't done it in like 2 decades. So
That's true, but the same could be said for CDPR. They had a spotless track record, and then they flushed it all down the drain.
maybe sure.
All right. Do we have any special requests? There's a couple more that I could see potentially being
Let me,
cool watches.
yeah, let me look here real quick. Hold on.
I'm kind of looking through the list. I know one of them that I was
Hey,
stoked to
Surefire.
see. Surefire, what's up, man?
Thank you for rating,
What's up, buddy?
sir.
Oh, is he rating us again? Surefire.
He
always
rating.
rating. Thanks for the raid,
Yeah,
Surefire.
boy.
When I watch, he's going to
We
come in here in about
appreciate it.
30 seconds and say, no one said anything about me raiding.
No, we said it a bunch. All of us said it. He can't say it this time.
Split
I
Fiction
mean, he
looks cool to
can,
me.
but he be full of shit.
Which one? Oh,
Who
oh,
here
okay.
played It Takes Two with the significant other
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
child?
Yeah, boy.
That's
What a
that's
game.
well, that's the next one. So that I'm
There-
looking forward to that.
There was one more big announcement at the end of the award ceremony, or the whatever. It is Naughty Dog's next project, a
Mhm.
AAA
Look at him.
project.
There he goes
and it
with
is
the,
not.
There he goes with the smack talk.
It is. It's Naughty Dog's next project, and it's not. It's a new IP. Good lord, that took forever to get out. It's looking hot. That one's called Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, and it is. Matt, this looks like in-game footage, and I could be
Real
wrong.
stuff.
This looks like real stuff. I know the quality though that Naughty Dog gives. It looks very similar to like the Last of Us remakes. It's quality. It's not a skip. You know what I mean? There's also
Yikes.
oh no, captured on
Fire.
PS5 in-game cinematics. So this is all in-game, which PlayStation has a pretty decent track record of where their releases are concerned. They're normally not dropping trailers with things that aren't going to be in the game. Their first-party stuff is solid, and
Well, let's
you know.
take a quick look at it. It's a 4-minute trailer. Let's take a quick
we don't gotta look at the whole thing.
look at the trailer here. Let's look at it because I've not seen this at all. I'm sure Surefire is going to be stoked about this.
It just looks. I'm so excited. This looks so awesome.
I have closed captioning on. I do.
It looks like there's a really big cast associated to this as well.
I love the brand plug on the spaceship. Kind of looks like me.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah.
Oh, their lead here. She was in the Last of Us TV show. Good lord. All right, I'm Surefire. You're about to put me on the level Matt was putting me on, and I'm not even. You know what? I'm just gonna leave.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna.
I don't see chat
leave
right
that
now.
one alone. Nah.
Oh, well, Surefire came in here and first he said that he didn't get any appreciation.
I saw that part.
Bullface
now
lie.
he's- Now, yeah, bullface lie, and now he's talking Lies and now he's talking lies about the background, saying it ain't it. It is. It looks good. I don't have an opinion about the Naughty Dog situation. He might be right there. He might be wrong. I don't know.
He's wrong. Objectively, he is wrong.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be the first time he was wrong. So
Wait, hold
sometimes
on.
it'd be like that.
Can you please claim him? I don't need another hunter swooping in.
I mean, graphically it looks good. The theme is neat.
Clearly is.
There
I
is a
think
little
this
bit of
looks
gameplay
cool.
here.
Okay.
Towards the very end, it's literally like 8 seconds. So it's not much. Just a little bit before that, Brent. Oh, right there. Yep.
Got some Jedi Survivor action here.
Oh,
There.
my bad.
See?
Well, then I untalk my trash surefire. That's my bad. You always right.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about, Matt. I mean, I got what you were saying, Surefire. I knew. All right. I don't know what Matt was reading, but I was reading.
I thought he was talking about the background of our, like, I don't know, the background of our stream.
What is he talking about?
Like the setting. I'm assuming the game setting.
I don't feel it. Setting looks like trash. Not gonna lie, retro future just not it. Gears 4 was Naughty Dog's last great game. I will die on that hill. Oh, okay.
Get ready to die. 'Cause-
Okay, so Onimusha away with a sword. Witcher 4.
Yo, there's a Shadow of the Colossus too?
Hold on. I didn't wait. Don't get excited for that, Matt, because I don't remember seeing Shadow of Colossus 2. I remember seeing a game being made by the people who did Shadow of Colossus, but maybe I'm misremembering. No, I'm not. It's called Project Robot. It is done by the people who did Shadow of the Colossus.
All right, well, let's take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah, studio behind Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. Yep, I see
Yep.
it right here. All right, let's take a peek.
Yeah, Project Robot.
Footage captured
Okay.
on PC.
Yeah.
Nice. Hopefully it come to PC also. You never know with PlayStation, man. You never know with
Well,
PlayStation,
it's
man.
Epic Games Publishing, so I think you'll be all right.
Oh, sweet. I never got to play Shadow of the Colossus. If that's really desperate, I'm thinking about that at this point.
So that was me. I would have fallen off the side of that thing.
This robot is what really caught me off guard. Like I'm struggling to understand this game's setting. Not in a bad way. Goddamn, bright ass. Golly. Just got flashbanged by the trailer.
So that's it, huh? Dang.
That's it.
Wow.
That's all you get.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't know what to think about that one.
I'm
Too
not
early.
saying
It's too early to say. It's too early to say.
it's gonna be a very I didn't play Shadow of the Colossus. I know it's a very loved game. I put that in the snooze fest category for me. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's bad. It's just not for me. You know.
Okay.
Why are you looking at me like that, Matt?
Because you're saying crazy.
You didn't play the game either, so how do you know?
But it looks awesome.
You didn't play the game.
I watched my homie play it, and it looked fun then too.
I'm
Any other trailers we're thinking about? I'm scrolling through here.
I don't think there was anything super massive outside of those things, man. I think we covered all the big things. They did do. They announced Outer Worlds 2.
Oh yeah, I did see that. That's true. Fragpunk, free to play, fast paced,
Fragpunk, you could throw that one right in the garbage disposal. That one.
How many more do we need of that? Like, how big is the market to allow for that?
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Warframe 1999. Thick as Thieves. I did see Turok. Turok's interesting. That they
the Turok one, yeah. Depending,
that.
yeah. If that one looked pretty cool, but it was all cinematic. It was all as.
What
Matt
about Rematch? I did see that trailer.
Let me see.
Do you remember that? That's the soccer one that's made by the studio behind Sifu or Saifu, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, I might have slipped right past this game. No, I didn't. I don't think I saw this. Ew, this look kind of tight.
Completely like kind of just random. Here, I'll play because it's a short one, and we don't show a lot of like sports stuff, anyways. Generally,
I'm not a sports guy. Yeah, this looks hot though. I'd play this.
Just interesting that they decided to go this direction.
Yeah, looks very athletic. Yeah, Rocket League is a very it's a great comparison. I know that sounds so stupid. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I could take it back.
Well, it looks like it's just an easy like jump in. You're gonna have two levels of players. You're gonna have the players that casually play it and just jump in and want to just have a quick little game.
They're straight murderers.
And then you're gonna have the dudes that are literally dripping from sweat.
Yeah.
Playing this game.
Dripping from head to tippy toe.
Yeah.
Just
but it's
sweating, man.
Cool style. Probably room in the market for something like that. I mean, it's kind of like what it's what Rocket League did. It's what the Quidditch Champions or whatever.
Yeah.
The newer one.
I'll say the only other thing, man, and this was, I mean, they announced, the Helldivers 2, the Illuminate came back. They dropped that update mid-show. That was really cool. So I just wanted not a super giant game, but I thought they had John Helldiver out there, the guy at the cinematic, at the beginning who opens up. He was out there in Helldiver armor. Now hey, Super Earth needs you. Y'all need to hop online right now and get to work. And then they rolled the trailer. So I always appreciate stuff like that. And it's fun. So for how long?
I do see that here. Let's pull it up here. That one, and I'd like to play the split whatchamacallit too.
Responding to Fire. No, we did not look at Onimusha or Crimson Desert. We did take a look at Witcher 4. I called it, fake footage, and
citizens.
Wondered how good it was going
Across
to be.
the galaxy, the valiant Helldivers have fought to protect our way of life. But I am here with grave tidings. Managed democracy is imperiled like never before. Homes are being ravaged. Families are being abducted. And you could be next. That is,
I was in my living room, standing at attention, ready to go. All right.
And remember,
I swear, when he said Super Earth is in trouble, I stood up and I said, no! We was in there. We had to make sure they was good.
Mix of CG footage and gameplay captured on PS5.
Sass gets it. I appreciate you. That's probably my most played game this year is Helldivers. Kind of fallen off the last couple of months, but I sank a lot of time into this game.
Their freedom. But when our citizens
I also think it won Best Action Game for the year.
Did it?
I think so.
Well deserved.
To set them
1000%.
Multiplayer.
Was it multiplayer?
Yeah, Black Myth won Best Action.
Together, we will save our people from this
I hope
tortured
that, you
existence.
know, kind of allows Sony to let them keep doing their thing. And they just dropped a Killzone update, or like deals like a crossover thing today.
Oh yeah, I saw something about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they did drop those vehicles. Those vehicles are crazy. Basically, this DLC is, it's like War of the Worlds simulator. You know what I mean? You can already see there's like a more urban focus to, you know, this specific mission set. And there ain't nothing like rounding a corner here and looking down the damn road, and 500 meters down, you got a tripod. Just like here, just like that screen. It was just like the screen. It's crazy.
That's pretty cool.
It's good. Hey, look, if y'all, I got a lot of PTO in the next couple of weeks. A lot. All right. Hey, use it or lose it, right? If we should get something set up, hop back into it. You know, for anybody that's interested, we should hop. I mean, it'd be a great time, grand time.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've logged into it. A long while, actually. Where is the other trailer I was going to play?
No, we have not reacted to Onimusha or Crimson Desert.
Well, I just saw one of those.
Let's go, Sass. What are you doing? Chop in this weekend. We could rock some Illuminate. Protect Super Earth.
Protect Super Earth.
Protect Super Earth.
Let's see here. Split Fiction I wanted to look at, but also where did? Oh my God. Okay, here's
Pissing me off.
Pissing me off. Who's pissing you off?
Sasso. He says you can't play till January. Pissing me off. Damn, Surefire came. He said, "Rewind the stream." We did talk about this, so I'll cover it just a little bit. Matt doesn't sound very interested. I think Brent is in my boat. He's very excited. The complete opposite.
No. I'm super interested. I just
Matt
want to
ain't
see
interested.
more before I care. No, I want to see some
Debbie
Witcher
Downer.
4. Witcher 3 is one of the best games I've ever played.
Where was the synergy 20 minutes ago, Matt? When you were stepping all over the trailer. And then you want to talk about Shadow of Colossus 2. You ain't even played the first one. It's the same thing. How? The buffoonery happening in this stream right now. All right.
I do love this style, though.
I'm just saying I want to see some fucking gameplay before I get excited.
It's fair. It's fair. What can he?
Yeah.
It's fair.
Hello. Have you seen how pre-orders have gone recently? It's
all right,
bad.
but to
A lot of
assume
promises.
to automatically put CDPR in the trash pile, you know what I mean? I'm
Cyberpunk.
Matt, when you talk about all of the other games that have launched at the state that they have, all right, let's look at Anthem. That game was tossed around like the video game industry's redheaded stepchild, all right, and they never made good.
Yeah,
feels like
I'm
getting less human.
Oh, this is a ways away, huh?
Because they did a bad job.
You're pissing me off,
BioWare
Matt.
released something. I don't
You're
care.
pissing me off. All right?
EA bought
You're
BioWare,
so
made them do
backwards. You're
bad
moving
things.
the goalpost back.
What was the other one that Surefire wanted to see? Crimson? Or he was hyped about
Crimson Desert.
Sands Desert?
Crimson Desert.
I see it. I have no clue what this is about. Outside of it being a Crimson
You're not gonna
Desert.
burst a blood vessel, Jordy, are you?
Man, I want to let you know right now, you're definitely like the top 5 group of people who could put me on 10 immediately. And I don't know why, but I know we're joking, but it's like the words that come out of your mouth, Matt, sometimes are so sideways. It breaks my brain a little tiny bit. And I like skip from like a 3 to an 8 immediately every time.
Oh my Lord. All right, let's see. Do you know what this is about, Jordy? Because I don't.
Sorry, Jordy.
Which one is this? Crimson Desert?
Yeah.
Onimusha looks sweet, bro.
That game,
looked
yeah.
like that was good. I'm assuming that was real gameplay, not fake gameplay.
Not a well, yeah. I don't know anything about this one. I
Oh,
don't
this
think.
is Pearl Abyss. Interesting. That's Black Desert, right?
Is it? These games aren't up my alley.
Like MMOs, or
I don't know if this is
style?
an MMO, but Black Desert certainly is.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
This style is not like Ghost of Tsushima. I really want to love that game, and I've had 3 attempts and I just can't finish it. It's the same thing for me with like the Mafia going to Italy. I'm just not interested in the setting. Is what I can. I don't know. Yeah. It is also
This looks very
though.
Breath of the Wild. In terms of scope.
I can see that. Looks
For those
like
who
a big game. Damn.
For those who have
Oh,
survived.
that guy flying. Oh
And
man,
for those
not a lot
who
of
will
games
live on.
attempt that mechanic. That's a mechanic that you
This
basically
is
never
our
see. The attempt to actual do a flying dragon that you can ride.
It's interesting.
I want to clear up.
Yeah,
It's
I'm-
not that I
I'm
didn't
with you,
like.
Surefire.
It's not that I didn't like Tsushima. It's probably very similar to how you feel about the retro futuristic stuff. Like it just doesn't. The setting. I love feudal Japan. I love samurai. Honor. I'm all about honor. Legacy. Come on. I love Legacy as much as the next guy. Right. I don't know what it is. Hey, real recognize real though. I understand it's a great game. All right. I've played enough of it to understand that. If Honor died with you saying that Uncharted 4 was the last. You know what? I'm gonna just stop right there. We're not doing this. Add Surefire to that top 10 list too. That's.
I was gonna say, man, you getting kind of triggered off of Surefire.
Surefire. We answered it already. We answered it. You keep missing things, man.
You
keep missing things.
He's wherever, so the stream takes 3 times as long to get over there.
Hey, yeah, he throwing straight at Surefire.
Surefire used to. He did this in my stream all the time too, though. He would write like 17 paragraphs, and I'm literally like getting my ass handed to me in like a search and destroy match or something in Call of Duty,
Yeah,
or I'm
you'd be
like,
why didn't you respond
yeah,
to me?
or I'm top 10 in
Paragraph
Fortnite.
specifically.
Yeah, top 10 in Fortnite. He's like, I answered 9 out of the 10 things, and the one thing I didn't answer, Pete doesn't pay attention to his chat. I'm like, dog. My chat window doesn't even go that far anymore. You've literally have ran up into the history of this chat window.
Surefire, there was literally a point where you said, sorry guys, I went to the toilet. We talked about it while you were gone, literally. You asked and we answered, and you came back and said, do you guys talk about it yet? Well, I'm not trying to hate.
VOD, homie.
All right, here's one I'm looking forward to because I enjoyed the shit out of playing It Takes Two with the wife. This was when I was streaming. I was streaming on YouTube still, and I streamed the entire session, mine and hers perils and pitfalls, and me yelling at her for not doing something and her yelling at me for not doing something. It was a great experience. So I'm looking forward to this one too.
Did you guys ever like play your significant other's parts for them?
Hold on, what?
No.
No, did Mandy ever like, I need you to beat this for me? And did you do it?
I don't think so. No, I think she knocked it out of the park.
The beauty of that game.
Yeah.
Jazz and I restarted this game after we had just worked through the Halo series. So as far as video game mechanics were concerned, she was pretty warm. Yeah. She's pretty warm.
I love how all over the place this one is.
Yes, sir.
Bro, I think they might nail it again.
They've not dropped a bad game.
I can't do this. Please calm down.
Granted, I think they only have 2 under their belt, but one of those was Game of the Year, and the other one was received very, very well. So,
Oh yeah, this will be a day one for me for sure. And it'll probably be a PS5 buy for me.
Look at that. That looks like real gameplay footage.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, there's
I don't have an opinion on the game, Surefire. It's not up my alley. So even as we were watching it, that's a game that when that trailer comes on, I go do my bathroom break. So you're looking here for Matt and Brent. That's my opinion.
I think Onimusha looks cool. I played Ghost of Tsushima end to end. It was a great game.
Yeah, this does look sick as hell.
Yeah, this looks fire. I think that they're gonna do a good job.
And then they become a little bit bigger dragons with new abilities.
Yeah, see, all that looks sick. Look at you dissolve the door.
Yep.
And now you can fly around and kick ass.
Yeah, this is going to be a great couch co-op one here.
Yep.
Also, like they announced, you only need to buy one copy of this game, which I believe is what they did with The Last of Us as well, or not The Last of Us. It Takes Two. So yeah, there's just need to buy one copy, which I think is great. I wish. I was gonna say I wish other people would do this, but I don't think they need to. This is a game that requires 2 people to play. So
yeah.
This is a special game.
Yeah.
No loot boxes, no microtransactions, and no bullshit. You just get the game.
So much creativity put into it, though.
Awesome.
And so many like smashings of different game types. You've got platformers, you've got side scrollers, you've got shooters, you've got so many different things. It's like these games, because It Takes Two was the exact same way. It had many different game styles in it. It's a great way if your significant other is not a gamer, but like kind of has dabbled in it in the past. It's a great game to get them into. I mean, my wife, her favorite thing is World of Warcraft. Like she loves playing that, but that's not a platformer. It's not a shooter. She'll play Fortnite too. She won't play first person games, but if it's over the shoulder or third party or third person, I should say, she'll play those. So like having yet another game where I know like this is literally meant for us to play together, is a big one for me. So that is certainly top 5 for me, just for that reason alone. Like I said, that'll be a day one. Out of anything I've seen here, that's like immediate buy for me.
That's interesting. Not surprising. It is.
Well, the thing is, look, like in terms of all these other games, like Witcher 4, great. I will get it. Will I get it day one? I don't know. It depends on what else I'm working on, right? I've got so many like 10s and 20 and 30 and 40 and 50 hour games that I have not even begun to scratch the surface on yet, that I am not going to add yet another one to the mix until I'm just dead ass bored of what I've got going on.
Yeah.
I've got so many things in my backlog, and I've had it. That's been that way for years, really, in the grand scheme of things. But I've only recently started to sit down and like, what do I want to go back and play? I'm going to put some time on this thing and give it a valiant effort. Yeah, I mean, I saw some of these like super story heavy ones are going to be lower on the list for me, and then stuff like Borderlands will be higher on the list, only because those are the ones that's like you need to drop in when your buddies drop in, or you're never going to get that same shot again, right? So like Borderlands 4, like if it ends up being our group or a mixture of this group and some other folks, I'll probably end up getting that day one, depending on what else I have going on, just because that's when everyone's going to be hyped up and ready to play it, right?
Yeah. I will probably buy around launch because of that, no matter how much I don't want to pay $70.
And I mean, I've always been that way when it comes to the multiplayer stuff. Multiplayer stuff has always been high on the list in terms of, how far it is from release. It's either day of, or if not early access, if I can get some sort of head start and feel like I've got something, I've done something with myself. But if my friends or whoever my, gaming group is at the time is jumping on something, then generally that's the time to jump on it. So it's no different for me when it comes to like MMOs. When an expansion drops for like WoW, that's when I'm looking at getting back into WoW hardcore. Cause it's like, this is the peak of the game right here. Day one of this expansion pack is when everybody is on, the numbers are up, everybody's popping. You know, you don't wait for anything. This is the best time to play this thing, you know, whatever it is that you love. So I see a lot of story games in this mix.
Which I am a fan of.
I am too. Don't get me wrong.
I know you're not saying you're not.
Slam out of time for so much of it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking through the list. I mean, yeah, it's very, very heavy story games in here for the most part. You got something to say? Go ahead, say it.
I'm just really excited. You know, and I feel like there was a period where, like, the trend that we're on right now with games as a service and, you know, battle pet, and it just felt, there was a minute where I was scared, you know what I mean? Because there were big industry execs that were like, nobody wants story games. And it's like, hey, who told you that? Because I want story games. I want, you know, what are we doing? And it just seemed like those kind of took a back seat for a couple of years there while everybody and their mom tried to figure out how they could do a live service game and did those things poorly. So it feels like we've been out of this for maybe a year or two. And it feels like we're just now starting to get to that point where all of these developers that have been working on things for the new generation or our current generation are finally able to like showcase. So I feel like 2025 will be one of the first years that we'll see really what like current gen hardware can do, to include, you know, 40 series cards, unless NVIDIA decides to tie their super hardcore software to the 50 series alone. But all that to say, I mean, these games look great, and I'm just really excited to, you know, not be worried about those things anymore.
So just upset with my opinions. It's just, look, I've got the trailer for Surefire right here. This will be the last trailer I play. I've got his game. Okay, this is his game for sure. And here it is.
I can't. And I ain't gonna hold y'all though. As a cat owner, my ears kind of perked up when I saw this. I said, "Huh? Cats? What are we doing here?"
This is day one buy for Surefire.
Matt didn't even bother to question, is it gameplay? Is it a cinematic? He just didn't even.
I don't know what I'm looking at, guys. I'm
It's
just
cat game.
confused at this point.
Cat game. Oh, is it VR?
Okay, so is it in-game engine or
What is the game?
What is this?
What is the?
The caption says, reveal trailer for the upcoming interactive open world adventure game starring beautiful and hyper-realistic cats.
Definitely sounds right up Surefire's alley. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
I thought
were
so.
those hyper-realistic?
Yes.
Catly
Yes,
will be
they were.
available on Steam, Nintendo Switch, and Apple Watch.
All right, you can't be that
2025.
hyper realistic
what?
and
You
on the
said
Apple
Apple
Watch.
Watch?
If you go back to that trailer, please don't. But if you did, there's an Apple Watch logo at the bottom, whether it's Steam, Xbox,
Why?
Apple Watch. Not Apple. It's just a picture of Apple, the Apple Watch. That's.
God. I need a cigarette after this stream, and I don't even smoke Surefire.
Yeah, me too. Surefire.
Have you played? I've heard really good things about Astrobot. The only Astrobot I've ever played is what came pre-installed on the PS5 when I bought it.
Yeah, and they're full fledged. That one game of the year this year. That Astrobot game.
Yeah, which I can see that being well deserved as well. That's just a very polished.
I don't know about. Look, you know what? I'm not gonna argue it. I know where you're coming from, Brent. I'm in the same corner. But Astrobot, are you kidding me right now? A platformer beat out like Wukong and like.
I don't know. I mean that is funny. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I get it. I'm not saying that it's necessarily more worthy than anything else that topped the list, but it's deserving of affection, I think, for what they've done with it. I mean, because if you think about it, I mean, what other high-end platformers have we even seen recently that's not from Nintendo?
which is very fair.
I can't think of any personally. I mean, I don't know every game that's come out, but like I just, maybe that's why, I guess, is what I'm alluding to, is that this is a market that's primarily been really, really saturated by Mario Brothers, especially, or spin-offs thereof. And this is the first time that like a AAA studio has challenged that with another cutesy protagonist, and it paid off. I don't know.
I feel what you're putting down, Brent. I feel it. And I'll just leave it there because I'll talk for another 45 minutes. Don't challenge me.
Surefire says, I don't see Astrobot winning last year or next year, but this year, Jordan, it's fully deserved.
I don't know about fully deserved, but I respect your opinion. See, you cannot stack a game like Astrobot against Black Myth. Like, it just doesn't. I understand polish. I understand the effort that goes into that, but just as much effort, if not more, and I'm expecting it to be more because of the size and type of game for Black Myth. I just don't think that those things, it jacks up this category. You know what I mean? With the different genres that get thrown in here. I think everybody's going to feel some type of way about it. Not bad. I'm also saying, like, good game. It could have been worse. Good game, right? I'm simply presenting the question that it's a little crazy in a game like Black Myth Wukong, which is like, a really long game that takes like dozens of hours to finish, didn't beat out Astrobot. You know what I mean?
Well, see, I think when it comes to that category, it's less about like the type of game and more about how did it make people feel, which is super
That's a great
subjective.
point. All right, I see my argument. That's a great point.
You know what I mean?
That's a great
I
point.
think that's what it comes down to, man. Is like the reception, how did it leave you feeling? To be fair, like as great as Wukong is, we've had a lot of games like that recently. I mean, a lot of good ones. You know what I mean? So that's been a hyper saturated. It's another byproduct of, a good Souls-like comes out, gains a lot of traction, and then all these other studios are like, oh shit, we want to make a Souls-like game. And a lot of people do a great job at it. But, I think Astrobot was kind of like out of left field almost. Like, I don't remember reading anything about a full-fledged version of it coming out.
I think that was a very quick turn and burn. Yeah, they announced and then it was out. Yeah.
Right, which is crazy. And then they ended up, winning that award. So that's the way I kind of see it, is like, obviously it really left a lot of people with, I don't know, a warm feeling, in terms of gaming. It kind of brought them back. Maybe it's some of that nostalgia hit. Maybe it's familiarity to, especially like our generation who grew up playing Mario Brothers and things like it. Maybe that it tickled that itch and it just left something special with them. I don't know. Such a subjective thing anyways, right? Like, I think even last year we were sitting there watching the Game Awards and we're like, how the hell did this game win? Like,
that's absolutely what happened.
You know what I mean? Like, I think we questioned more of it than we agreed with. And I don't think this year is any different.
Yeah.
We all have obviously very strong preferences, but it's very interesting to see how the consumers, what direction they take it. I guess the majority of the gaming market, or at least whoever is getting polled, or whatever data these guys are pulling from, ultimately, it's interesting to see what direction that goes. It's much the same way for me when Mandy and I are looking to watch a movie, or we're looking at buying a movie that's not streaming yet or whatever, and you go up there and you see all the critics talking shit about it, but then you've got the user score, and the user score is high as hell, and it's like, hold on here. So this was received really well with the viewers, but the critics are like, it ain't shit. And then you watch it and you love it. It's great. It's like the critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, or sometimes and I will say sometimes it's the other way around. I've had ones that have reviewed poorly in general, and I go and watch it. And I'm like, oh damn, I actually quite enjoyed that. I'll give you a hot take, since we're near the end of the stream. Anyways, we're going on an hour 45. Good grief. My hot take. I'll tell you a movie I bought recently, because it's not streaming yet, as far as I saw. I bought it for cheap because unfortunately it didn't do well. The Borderlands movie. And guess what? I enjoyed the Borderlands movie. I actually liked the Borderlands movie.
Trash. Did not finish.
I actually enjoyed it.
I bought that movie because I thought, hey, I like it. I like a lot of movies that people think are. 5 minutes in, I said, this freaking sucks, but I paid $30 for it, so we gotta commit. Jazz and I had a good time. We did, but I
can see.
I was bored by the generic shooter flick.
Yeah, generic is being generous.
That's what I'm saying, man.
God, Lord,
I feel like they took Borderlands characters like in terms of name and maybe some personality and stuck them in there, and that was it. And then they were just like, all right, let's do some shooting in action scenes now. With I guess
it
you
just
could call
did
it a plan, but I don't know. I think they just did some shooting in action scenes, brother.
Not good. But I'm glad that you liked it, Brett.
See, I think I did the right thing. I think by me waiting and hearing so much shit talked about that movie that I came in with the lowest of expectations, and all it had to do was be just a notch above that for me, and it was, and I enjoyed it. So
that's honestly, Brent. It's not.
So
I'm not
funny.
surprised that you liked the movie. I'm surprised that your expectations were lower.
I don't know what you're trying to say about me right now. So.
I'm not. I don't know either. No, that's not how I meant that.
Absolute
I'm not
cash grab. That's ass. Absolute cash grab. 100%.
It definitely was. Don't get me wrong. But for what the little bit of like, it's like anything else for me. When you see something come to life in a different way, it's a different form of the media or a different medium of the content or the form. I don't know. I'm enticed by that, right? Like the Last of Us show, like obviously that turned out to be fucking phenomenal, right?
That was amazing.
But what if it hadn't? I think you still would have had your populace of folks that just because they love the Last of Us franchise, they would have died on that hill.
Oh, you're one that I'm that way with Star Wars, and I don't care.
Yeah, right. I'm not saying I'm going to die on the hill for Borderlands, but it certainly was a cash grab. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they literally there was nothing original about it. It was a rehash of what we've already seen in the games, right?
Right. Yeah.
But just seeing it on the big screen like that, the sound was great. I enjoyed some of the dialogue. The chemistry obviously was not great between the actors and actresses, but yeah, I don't know. I think it was just simply that I enjoyed seeing it come to life in a different way, and some of that silliness portrayed in a different way. Could it have been better? Absolutely. Now what upsets me with that is that it bombed so hard that they'll likely never try.
They'll never get another live action movie again.
And they'll never do it again.
Edgar Wright, I think that was the director. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Edgar Wright.
That's ass. Look, I don't know that they made. I mean, they might have made just.
I don't think they made any money,
and that's about it.
Yeah.
Might have been
Eli Roth. Eli Roth should never direct another movie again.
Ouch.
Just
call him out.
That's not.
Oh, Baby,
good.
yeah, Baby Driver was great.
Baby Driver was awesome.
You're right.
good.
Yeah. Baby Driver.
Actually.
Yep. I know the Wright brothers get
Trashing
down.
the wrong dude.
I corrected myself.
That's true.
All right, guys, we got to wrap here. I'm starving.
Yeah.
Yep. I gotta go eat.
Yeah.
Any finishing thoughts? Takeaways?
Takeaways. Taste in video games is subjective, and we could all do a better job to be more accepting of everybody's opinions, even the trash ones.
Wow.
Maybe.
Okay.
I guess my one takeaway.
I'm not saying
is
you guys
if
have
your
trash
phone
opinions.
Still,
Continue, Matt. Sorry, I did correct
if your
there.
phone says SMS when you text somebody, you need to get a new phone and you need to turn on RCS. Otherwise, China is definitely, you should assume China or somebody else is reading your text messages. There's probably something there about phone calls being captured too. I don't think phone calls are, are end-to-end encrypted. So I don't remember that guidance specifically being rolled out, but it's just something to think about. Anything that is not explicitly encrypted is probably not encrypted, and because people don't do that and then not talk about it. So dangerous stuff.
You see this
That's all
ticker,
I
by the
got.
way? Walmart starts its own Game Informer style gaming site.
I'm so over this.
I don't know. As a viewer, I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to the news ticker, but there's some great stuff down there that's actually being driven off of like multiple tech outlet sites.
I wish
sites.
Walmart would stop.
But yeah, Surefire. My favorite thing from the Game Awards. In terms of looking forward to like getting my hands on it, I'd say probably the Split Faction one.
Absolutely.
I'm ready for that game. Like if that was
Game time
available
with
right
the
now,
wifey.
I'd go and play it.
Yep, I'd go convince the wife to go play right now. Anytime I can get the wife to play video games,
I'm content
That's
right
it,
now
most
with like
important
the log of games I've got right now. I'm very content. I don't need anything else to drop right now. Like I said, that's story heavy, so I'm a little bit torn. There's so many great things on there, but I only have so much time in my day, so I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious of that. Anyways, yeah, that my takeaway is enjoy the time, Surefire, that you've got to play these games and sit down and focus on these things while you got it, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy. How? I used to do the same thing. I used to sit down and grind through games, stay up all night, go to bed for like 4 hours, do it all over again. It caught up with me fast. Life happens, family happens. Not so much anymore. I can't do it anymore. So I will never ever play that new Naughty Dog game. All right, so we're gonna end with that.
We're just gonna end on that note,
We're just gonna
dude.
end with that.
Yikes!
Look, everybody have a most wonderful Christmas, a happy New Year. We will see you guys and gals in 2025. Yeah, be safe. Enjoy time with family. If you got some downtime, play some video games.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if you got a crappy old phone, like Matt said, you get a new one for Christmas, maybe.
Fingers crossed for y'all out
really
there
need
watching on a
one.
flip phone.
Yeah.
Like you look, man.
Hey, we'll
since
see you,
that has come
Surefire.
out, I have 2 friends. I have specifically been like, "Yo, your text message says SMS, so it needs to not say that to me if you want to talk to me." I don't say that, but I say things that are close to it.
Oh man. All righty,
All right.
folks. Take care. Appreciate you guys
Take
and
it
gals
easy,
as
folks.
always.
We'll see you
next
guys.
year.
See you, Sass. See you, Surefire. See you, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Fire up the wavelengths like the screen. Burn tonight at the latest scene. Sean and Jordan guard the gates. Tech news and gaming updates. Cyber warriors ready to defend. In a space where new trends blend. Echoes through the wire so bright. Keeping the digital realm in sight. Digital ascent taking flight. Tune in on a neon night. From the bits and bytes they tell. Tech stories were under their spell. Exploring servers, uncovering codes. Game worlds where the action explodes. Breaching firewalls without a trace. Running data streams in cyberspace. Friends got insights to unfold. Matt's passion tech and gaming gold. Sean's got vigilance hardcore. Jordan lights up the